Ford have delivered a whole bunch of F-150 electric pickup trucks in the month of October, and they've reduced the wait time to 27 years. While they were at it, Ford went ahead and designed these 10 wacky Mustang Mach-E's and Ford F-150 Lightning concepts. Yeah, some of them look good. What do you think? Have a look at them and tell me what you think, but I'm intrigued. I think Ford would have been better off just delivering these vehicles to customers who are waiting for them, especially the pickup trucks, rather than turning them into these wacky dragster type cars that would probably never be driven on a road. Now, key question for you guys in the US. What do these car companies do with all these concepts they show off at SEMA? Do they actually try and sell them to you guys after they go and show them at the show? I mean, I don't know if these cars are even legal. And what did Toyota do with those 23 different electric car concepts it presented a few months ago, which it then subsequently decided not to build? Did it just scrap them? Or, I mean, were they just vehicles like the Nikola electric truck, which they rolled down a hill because it wasn't actually an electric vehicle at all? Maybe they were just bodies. Anyway, Ford, they just delivered 120% more electric cars this month than they did in the same exact month last year. Actually, now they have 10% of the US electric vehicle market. Is this a good thing? Should the media be crowing about this as they are? Or is this not that good? Well, let's have a look. Before we do, check out my picture there. That's the first painting I ever did. Just thought I'd stick it up there and show you guys. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. My name's Sam Evans and I'm coming to you from Melbourne in Australia. Thank you guys for subscribing. We've just hit 100,000. Fantastic to have every single one of you. Seriously, if I could respond to all your comments, I would love to, but I can't. There's actually more than 1,000 comments a day. Plus I'm getting just bombarded with emails and messages. I really do value them. I really do, but I just don't have the time. I couldn't possibly answer them. I'm sorry, guys. Wish I could. Ford, what are they up to? Well, some good, some bad, some questionable. Here's the good. Ford more than doubled its electric vehicle sales in October of 2022. That we should applaud. However, we need to have a look at what else is going on at Ford as well. Now, Ford actually are not in a bad debt position. That's the truth. But in terms of actual car sales and profitability, yeah, things are a bit tougher at Ford than what people realize. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, probably many of you know this. Ford's lost more than 50% of its sales in Europe and China over the past 5 years. And actually, its sales continue to decline in the US as well. Now, Ford had a bad year last year. Now, most automakers did. If you're not Tesla or BYD, most automakers didn't have a great year. But this year, the thing is, Ford's vehicle sales had declined again, even after the COVID lockdowns of last year basically got lifted. In October, total sales of Ford and Lincoln vehicles in the US decreased by 10% year over year to 158,000. They say they're still struggling to actually produce more vehicles, or at least find badges to put on the vehicles that are sitting in parking lots. I don't really know the truth to this. Some people are saying there's less demand for their gasoline-powered cars. Some people are saying they simply can't make enough gas-powered cars. To be honest, though, does it make any difference? Does it really make a difference? What it comes down to is, if you can't produce the cars, if you can't deliver the cars, you can't produce and you can't deliver. Ford sales down 10% in the month of October. Lincoln sales down 14% in the month of October. Total sales 158,000, down 10% in the month of October. However, the good news is this. Ford's electric vehicle sales are doing pretty much the opposite thing to their gas-powered vehicles. Isn't that interesting? Now, I should point out that Ford is definitely under some pressure in China from Tesla. They just reduced the price of the Mustang Mach-E over there. Now you can get a Mach-E for around $34,000 US in China. That's a pretty damn good price. The key reason being they've got a lot of Mustang Mach-E's sitting in car parks. Seriously. They're just sitting there in dealership lots because there's just not that many people that want to buy them. However, It's totally different in the US market. Ford actually delivered 6,261 electric vehicles in the United States, which was 4% of their total volume. And Ford said that that rate of growth is 2 times higher than the overall electric vehicle segment growth. Now, that might be true in the United States. It's definitely not true in other countries, though. However, Ford is strengthening as the second biggest electric vehicle manufacturer in the United States. Despite tight inventories due to limited production, Ford's October share of the electric vehicle segment was up 2.2 percentage points. They are now second behind Tesla, of course, I'm sure you knew that, but they have 9% market share of the entire electric vehicle market in the US. That's pretty good for a company that, well, really hasn't taken EVs all that seriously until recently. Here's how many cars they sold of each model. Ford Mustang Mach-E, 3,056. That's an increase of 7% versus October last year. So as you can see, Ford's production of the Mach-E versus last year, it has increased, but not a whole lot. The big winner here is the Ford F-150 Lightning electric pickup truck, which Ford produced 2,400 or delivered 2,436. So Ford has averaged around about 2,000 deliveries of the electric Lightning for the last 5 months in a row, about 2,000 per month every month. So that means if you order one now, you'll get it in 2045. Okay, maybe not 2045, but it's going to take a hell of a long time if you want a Lightning. Unless things drastically change at Ford. I'm going to guess that they will. No, they definitely will. We know they will, right? But the question is when. When do you think they'll change? Will Ford be able to do as the media is claiming and beat Tesla in 2025, 2026, 2027? I'd say that's kind of like saying, can the Viking beat Usain Bolt in a running race? You know, if Usain Bolt started 2 years ago, could I beat him? Or would the race already be over? The race would be over, and I never would have had a chance to beat him anyway, right? Would I? No, absolutely not. Not unless I was riding my electric scooter, which is damn fast. No, seriously, even then Usain Bolt would still beat me. So, the Ford e-Transit, that was a winner. I love the e-Transit. Good on Ford for making it. No one else is taking electric vans seriously. They should be. Tesla, let's get a move on with a van. 770 e-Transits were delivered to American consumers, to the United States consumers. Sorry to you guys in Canada. I know you get offended. I received your emails. You was telling me things, and I'm not going to repeat here. Total, 6,261 deliveries, an increase of 120%. So far this year, though, how many EVs have Ford delivered? And is it a good number? Yeah. The jury is out. Ford, you've been convicted and found guilty of producing not enough EVs. In fact, a shameful number. 47,000 all-electric vehicles have been delivered by Ford this year. That's an increase of 120%. That is a good thing that they've increased by 120%. But we could say 120% now for the next 5 years, and it wouldn't make a whole lot of difference, would it? Realistically. I mean, Mustang Mach-E, 31,000 so far, up 44%. Yeah, it's good they increased. F-150 Lightning electric pickup truck, 11,200. Well, that's a brand new car. E-Transit, 5,157, brand new. Total 47,500. Well, the thing is, right, you know, Tesla's and BYD's and all the other electric vehicles sales figures in China just got released. I couldn't find Ford's because they don't report on Chinese sales. They're probably too small in terms of electric vehicle sales. But the thing is, right, there's like brand new electric car companies that have popped up within the last 3 or 4 months in China that are selling more than Ford do in a month, right? Easily, very easily. So Ford could increase this production. I think they could. They're huge. They're massive, aren't they, right? They should be able to do this, shouldn't they? I don't understand. I still don't understand. I think it's just taking too long. Hurry up, Ford. I want you guys to still be around. I don't know why, but I like you. Come on, let's start producing electric cars. I mean, here's some context. BYD, they just delivered 101,000 EVs in the month of October. 101,000 purely electric cars. There was 17,000 plug-in hybrids. Let's just ignore those. 101,000 fully electric cars. What about Tesla? About 130,000 globally. I mean, you know, basically, even BYD, who really weren't producing many EVs at all a year and a half ago, even they were able to produce more than twice as many EVs in a single month as Ford has for the entire 10 months of the year. To me, Ford are really not getting the move on that I hope they would by this time of the year. Now, do you agree with this? Were you thinking by this time of this year, based on what Ford was saying 12 months ago, that we'd see higher production numbers than this? I'm pretty confident that's what they were promising. The numbers would be bigger than this. Anyway, here's one number which I think is better than all these numbers. That is that the Mustang production facility in Mexico actually produced 8,121 electric Mustangs in the single month. So that's what, 2,000 a week. That's a pretty good number for that factory. And that means that Ford have actually produced 54,000 electric Mustangs from January to September of this year at the factory in Mexico. I'm going to guess it should be around about 63,000 Mustangs at that factory for the first 10 months of the year. That's not too bad. To give you guys some context on what I'm talking about, there's so many companies, electric car companies in China I could compare Ford to, but let's just compare them to GAC. GAC, in January of last year, produced around 6,000 electric cars in January of last year. Last month, in October of this year, they produced 30,000 in a single month. And that's what I was expecting and hoping for. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks guys for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.